All right, folks, we are wrapping up day one of practice for stop number 5 of the FLW Tour. This one is on Lake Cherokee. It's presented by Lowrance. I've got Tim Malone with me. Tim, you live like 40 minutes away. You're sleeping in your own bed.
You know, that's really a nice change. I honestly don't know how to act, but it is I would say an advantage whenever you can, you know, have everything, you know, like you want it, like you're used to having it. But you know, spent one day out here today. This isn't a lake that I fish a lot. Mm-hmm. You know, it is pretty close. I'd say Douglas is probably my home lake, but you know, I come out here, you know, whenever we have local events, that kind of thing. Lake is probably not fishing quite as good as most people thought it was going to. I mean, there are a decent amount of fish being caught. Yeah. I went up the river today looking around a little bit and just hadn't found a lot of fish on beds. I saw a few things, but not a lot. Okay. Being that you fish Douglas so much, what are some of the differences between here and Douglas? Because a lot of people are really familiar with Douglas. Like, there's a lot more tournament history there than there is on Cherokee. Honestly, there's a lot of similarity. Other than you've got more smallmouth. Smallmouth will come into play a lot more here than they do on Douglas. So I guess that's probably one of the biggest differences. Okay. I know on what do you think the spawn cycle is right now? Because I've heard of some fish getting caught that are real skinny. I've seen some fish get caught that look pretty fat. Like, the water's 62 degrees. What's your vibe? Because that seems like a confusing thing right now. It is confusing. And like I said, with one day on the water, I'm still not dialed into what's really going on. We're getting the water temperature up, you know, in the day. It'll get up to 64, 65 in some places. I have seen a few fish on the bank. They're not really locked in. So it's coming. I think the water level being pulled down like it has been here recently, I think is having a lot of effect on them. So once that water stabilizes and, you know, we got our temperature here, I think they're going to come onto the bank pretty hard. All right. You said you practiced and you kind of went up the river today. Is that mostly a largemouth situation, or can you catch smallmouth throughout this fishery? Well, I caught both today. So I did catch smallmouth on up the river a good ways. You know, predominantly you'll catch more smallmouth down in the lake. And this is more of a largemouth deal, but I kind of hit on a few little deals that the smallmouth were on. So I don't know. I'm going to explore down the lake a lot more tomorrow and kind of see what happens. All right. My last question, and this is the smallmouth largemouth breakdown question. How do you think it gets won? Does it get won with a combo? Does it get one with just one or just the other? What's your guess? Well, what I would like to do and what I think may work is stay down, get you a good smallmouth limit, and run up and try to improve on your largemouth. I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I think the smallmouth are going to be a little easier to catch, a little easier to locate right now. So I think we'll be able to get a limit pretty quick that way, and then try to upgrade with our largemouth. I like it. Well, Tim, you got 2 more days. You're sleeping at home. Man, good luck out there. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Alrighty, folks, we are rolling on here with interviews at Cherokee. I've got Corey Neece with me. Corey, you won a BFL here last spring. You're from right nearby. I've heard a lot of locals saying that you were the man to win on this fishery. Oh, sorry, that's too much pressure.
That's too much pressure.
Anyhow, tell me a little bit about just Cherokee in general. Like, what's the vibe?
Well, I mean, Cherokee's got a lot of different ways to fish, and I mean, like just out there today, I mean, you can get bit from 1 foot all the way out to 30 foot. I mean, it's just really, you can pick what you want to do and go do it. Okay. A lot of the fish are still pre-spawn, so I mean, you know, they're moving up every day, which should be good. You know how that goes. I mean, it's going to be a good tournament. I mean, it's going to be the best that Cherokee can be, I feel like.
All right, I like that. Even now, a few years ago, there was an Elite Series tournament here, like dead winter, and you feel like this is even maybe a better time, or is that just sort of out of the blue? Well,
I mean, a winter tournament here is always going to be better, just because they get schooled up a lot better in the winter time. But I mean, for this time of year, you know, we hit it pretty much perfect for this time of year, I feel like.
All right, we've got largemouth and smallmouth in here. I I guess in your ideal tournament, what do you weigh in? Do you weigh in all smallmouth? Do you weigh in a mix? What's the scenario?
My ideal way would be to weigh in a mix. I mean, you're gonna have to, it's hard to catch a 3.5 to 4 pound smallmouth out here right now. So I mean, catching a big largemouth would definitely help, but I'd say smallmouth's probably gonna be, probably mostly what's gonna be caught out here.
All right, all right. Is that just because it's a little bit better numbers, or because the largemouth are maybe in areas where they just get pressured a little more, or what's the situation?
Well, I mean, there's definitely more smallmouth in here, but still, I mean, there's a bunch of largemouth. I caught some largemouth today. I mean, there's guys that's going to catch largemouth. Okay. And I mean, I'm probably going to target largemouth some too.
All right, all right. In your experience, does the entire lake play, from the dam up to as far as you can run?
Absolutely. I mean, you can run plumb to the next dam, and you can run to this dam and catch them. I mean, I caught fish today way up there, and I caught fish way down there today. So I mean,
sounds like you burned a lot of gas today.
I did. I burned a lot of gas today, but I just wanted to check it out and see. I came down here for pre-practice a couple times, but I just wanted to see if it was still, the way it usually is every year.
Yeah. What's it like fishing a tour event on, maybe it's not your home lake, but it's a lake you're really familiar with.
Yeah.
Versus you've gone to Rayburn and Toho and Grand so far this year, Seminole, like those are all places you might have been to once before,
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of pressure here. I mean, I know a lot of people around here, and they're all looking, counting on me, but I just hope I can put it together.
All righty, all righty. I wouldn't ordinarily ask this of like someone day one of practice, but you're kind of one of our locals here. What's it take to win weight-wise? What are we looking at?
I would say 16 pounds a day. I think 16 pounds a day is going to win.
All righty, I like that. That feels good to me.
Somebody's going to catch 20 pounds. I mean, it's going to, 20-pound bag's going to be caught out there, but you're not going to, I don't think you're going to be able to do that 4 days in a row. Definitely not 4 days in a row, maybe 2 days in a row.
All right, but then things will fall off. You'll have to adjust and keep going.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I think it's going to be.
All right. Well, Corey, thanks for stopping by, and
Appreciate it.
I'll get out of your hair, and good luck out there.
All right, appreciate it.